Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursaleen wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Amma ba'd, assalamu alaykum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now these are testing times and times that are unprecedented within at least our lifetime. And as a result, there are a lot of challenges that we face as Muslims and as people of faith. It has forced certain issues upon us that we need to think through very, very carefully and very quickly, and not undermining the fiqh issues. But first and foremost, I would like to point out at the whole notion of prayer and involvement of God. See, people often feel that they need to go to God and make bargains with Him before God can work for them. So we often say to God, as the Quran narrates, that if you do this for me, then I will be a righteous servant after that. Or if you do this for me, then I will do this for you. This is not a way a decent, noble person deals with his God. We need to be good regardless. We need to give in the way of Allah regardless. We need to be good to our human family regardless of the gains that we have. We need to consider ourselves now within the 21st century beyond such mundane considerations. I cannot make a pact with God that keep me safe and I will pray more namaz or I will give more charity. Say, oh Allah, no. Let me be a good servant to you, one with whom you are pleased. Let me accept your decree, but oh Allah, if you cure me, I shall be grateful to you. If you cure me, oh Allah, then let my life that comes after that be a life with which you are pleased. As the Blessed Prophet said, pray like this, oh Allah, grant me life for as long as life is good for me in your sight. Take away this life if my life is displeasing to you. So now, of course, we pray to Allah, but praying means to connect deeply with God. To say to Allah, Allah, I am scared, please protect me. Protect my family, my community, my fellow human beings, the human family. Oh Allah, I have been neglectful of your rights, the rights of my soul and the rights of your creatures. Enlighten me through these crises to serve you better, to not to be oppressive to my own soul, to serve my human family. Oh Allah, do not make me so lowly and petty that I need to make bargains with you. O Lord, when have I ever given you anything for the bestowals that you have given me? O Lord, who looked after me within the womb of my mother when I was unable to make any bargains with you, when anything and everything could have gone wrong? O Lord, what about those tender years of my life, when at every fall you ensured that I did not sustain a debilitating injury? How many times I could have fallen and the edge of the table could have gone into my eye or have done serious mental damage to my brain, but you ensured that those calamities were averted and I was protected. O Lord, when in the past have you done favors to me through me doing anything in return for you? O Lord, you have never waited for me to make any offering to you. It was your incessant mercy that has reached me and has always enveloped me. O Lord, let me become mindful that I owe it to myself to love you as you ought to be loved, to serve you as you ought to be served, to not to oppress my own soul, for that is wrong for me, and to love and to care for my human family, for that is what I ought to be doing. Otherwise, I am not even worthy of being called a proper human. That is the attitude we need to have towards God. And this is a wonderful reminder for us to find ourselves again and our footing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and our place with God. The other problem is the fiqh problem that we are facing now. With the amount of people dying, it is quite possible now that the cemeteries will be overwhelmed. They will not be able to dig enough graves in time to bury our dead. The mortuaries will become overwhelmed. They will not have storage. The communities at this point now need to think about storage. God forbid if there is no storage in the mortuary and there is no place in the graveyard, what will happen to the dead bodies? If we could all come together now as communities, because our Sharia requires the burial of our dead. The Blessed Prophet in his wisdom emphasized that we preserve the dead body through various forms of washing. And of course, if washing is not possible, then a dry ablution will do. But then the Prophet used to place the 2 sticks in order to preserve the body. The prophetic sentiment and wisdom was this, that the body, if it is preserved, the process of decay, if it is staggered and slowed down, it allows the human soul to purge slowly into the next realm of existence. It's a smooth birth within the lap of the mother that awaits us, as opposed to an abrupt cut between the relationship of this world and the next. This is the prophetic wisdom that imparted to us, and we need to be mindful that the Prophet was particular about this. So if as communities we can maybe start investing in body freezers, all communities, if we can buy them, God forbid if a time comes when the mortuaries are overwhelmed and it needs time and the graveyards require time before they can dig other graves open, then at least we have bought some time to store the deceased. And of course we need to think into other ways as well. Maybe dig graves in which we can bury 2 or 3 people in layers or alongside each other to conserve space for these difficult times. It's unfortunate, but it is a reality right now, and we do need to think into it like at once. It's an emergency situation, and I'm sure that once we come together and put our minds to it, Allah will enlighten us and show us the best course of action and the best way forward. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us and bless our human family. May He be pleased with us. May He hasten the reappearance of the awaited Father of our humanity and grant us the privilege of serving humanity alongside Him. And before His coming, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow the inner Mahdi and the inner Messiah to emerge from within our souls and to display the gems of the beauty of God within the folds of humanity. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.